Coming up on Fox 51 News at 9, tonight we recognize two outstanding past employees at Tyler ISD and how they will be remembered in our community.
And we've had a fantastic day today as sunshine made its return to the area, and this streak of sunny days is going to continue. That means possible record temperatures. We'll show it to you next.
Can you throw in 2 years of the carefree scheduled maintenance, the turbocharged engine,
and smartphone integration?
Yeah, all comes standard.
Hurry in during the not-so-standard spring event and you can lease a new 2020 Tiguan. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 to its signing. Practically just sign then drive.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services by and for Roper & White, attorneys at law.
I'm Elizabeth Ham.
And I'm Lenny Morvant.
And we found our way to Roper & White through an automobile accident.
A lot of times we've wanted to give up, but just a kind word would keep us going.
Looking for energy-efficient insulation? Biomax spray foam insulation can cut your energy cost in half in your new home or commercial building. Biomax spray foam can even dramatically improve efficiency in any existing building. For more information, visit biomaxsprayfoam.com.
Volkswagen's list of standard features goes on and on, but this event won't. Hurry in during the not-so-standard spring event and you can lease a new 2020 Tiguan. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 to its signing. Practically just sign then drive.
National Something Day, brought to you by Mike Love and Associates. Watch meteorologist Carson Fickroy weekday mornings at 7 on Fox 51 Good Day.
Well, Marcus, I was wearing a gray tie in the 5:30. I changed colors to match with you. I was trying to be bright and shiny like you are.
Yes.
With all this sun going around.
I like it.
I went outside on my break. It was warm. It was sunny.
Wasn't it nice?
I know. It's just I wish sometimes we were closer to the beach.
Well,
I really do. I wish we were closer to the beach.
Yes, I can hear you on that one. Well, yeah, we're just a little bit
We'll go to the lake
away.
one day. We'll do the news from the lake one day.
And there you go. Not a bad idea. That wouldn't be too bad. The sunshine today was great. And the good news, Trent, is that we're not talking about any necessarily weather sky changes for tomorrow. So that means more sun will be with us. It is going to be another great day here on Wednesday. This evening, we've had a cold front that has moved through. It is stalling out tonight over parts of southeast Texas. To the east, though, there have been some strong to severe storms that have worked their way through parts of the Tennessee and the Ohio Valley. We haven't seen much of any precipitation at all for us here. Just a couple of sprinkles that did try to form briefly over into parts of Toledo Bend. But the sunshine this afternoon certainly has been nice. Look at the temperatures for today. We were into the lower 80s for most of us. We topped out at 85 in Tyler, and that temperature was achieved in the 6 o'clock hour. Typically when we see our high temperatures now with the extra hour of daylight, that's achieved between about 4 and 5:30. We hit 85 in the 6 o'clock hour. 84 today in Longview, 83 in Nacogdoches and Lufkin. You notice our warmer spot in Linden at 88 degrees. Waco also at 88. Get ready. We're not only looking at temperatures to stay here in the 80s, but I think some of us will see temperatures close to that 90-degree mark as we get into our Thursday, maybe even for a few of us coming in on Friday. Tonight, we're dealing with a very light wind that is now out of the west and northwest, but you do notice that light southerly wind, the red arrows here over deep east Texas. That's where the front is essentially stalling out. That's giving us a range of temperatures tonight, anywhere from the lower 60s like Mineola at 64 degrees, same for Henderson, to still some areas in the 70s right now. 71 in Mount Pleasant, 67 in Center, Lufkin at 62 degrees. Now the moisture is just a little bit higher over over Deep East Texas, even though we do have some drier air that's moving in. You can notice humidity values really dropping down as this drier air comes through, but that can't mean we can't rule out maybe some brief patchy fog in a few spots as we start tomorrow morning. Temperatures are going to keep dropping. I know we have a range of temperatures now. We are headed into the 50s when we begin the day tomorrow, mid and even some lower 50s, especially off to our north and to the northeast. So a cool start to the morning. You might need a light jacket if you want to get out for that early morning walk. Not a bad idea to do that. The weather is going to be really fantastic for us. Not too cold and of course not too warm, but I think in the just right category for you. 56, 7 a.m. Noon temperature 78 degrees. We have a lot of dry air tomorrow, so the atmosphere is going to be able to heat up very quickly. 5 o'clock temperature right around 87. Most of us, though, probably between about the 82 to 85 degree mark. Let me show you the specific high temperatures because we could come close to a record. 85 in Longview for tomorrow. Lufkin, I'm forecasting 86. The Tyler temperature at 87. That would come within 1 degree of a record for Tyler tomorrow. If we were to get close, 1950 was that record there. 90 and 93 for Longview and for the Lufkin area. But as we get into Thursday, there is a greater potential that we could see another chance of tying or breaking a record. Tyler's record 89, forecasting 89 come Thursday. A few of you will see your car thermometers touch near 90 degrees on Thursday. Still very warm on Friday. More clouds pick up. Then we get to the weekend. Some unsettled weather. A couple of showers coming in with a cold front on Saturday. You notice temperatures, they take a tumble down into the 70s and the 60s. We'll have some more shower chances from Saturday into late Sunday going into Monday of early next week. Here's Deep East Texas. Very warm conditions. A great day for tomorrow and on Thursday, but Friday will transition to get more clouds back in here, and a couple of showers for you will be possible as we go into the weekend. You can always stay up to date with our forecast over at EastTexasMatters.com.
Thank you, sir. Some good news to announce. Tyler ISD has approved the naming of 2 district facilities, and it will be in honor of former district leaders Dr. Martin Edwards and Al Harris. Dr. Edwards became the first African-American elected to the Board of Trustees in 1969. The theater at the new John Tyler High School will bear his name, Thespians. And Al Harris, who served Moore Middle School for nearly 30 years, the gym at the school will be named after Harris. The district honoring them in a dedication ceremony once classes are back in session, and we thank them for their service to our community. Well, still to come here on 9 o'clock, a DPS employee in Texas is in the spotlight after lying about the testing positive for COVID-19. We tell you where. And while you're out buying a lot of food and supplies, don't forget about your pets. Don't forget about us either. We'll be back. You're watching Fox 51 News at 9.
Isaac Ramirez and Cynthia McLaughlin, weekday mornings at 7 on Fox 51 Good Day. Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bagwell has his eye on the storm, pinpointing what comes next and letting you and your family know when to take action on air, online, and on mobile. Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bagwell and Fox 51 News, the right news at the right time.
My insurance company only knows me by this claim number. Well, insurance company, my name is John, and I'm wondering when you'll start taking my car wreck claims seriously. Nice to meet you.
Never trust the insurance company to pay what's fair. Call Grant and Flannery.
In times of uncertainty, communities come together. For years, we've had the privilege of helping our communities see more clearly. Your health and safety is our highest priority. We'll be temporarily suspending retail store operations. Visit imartexpress.com for updates.
See this wreck? The person seeking payment for his injuries cannot mention by law that the person defending the wrongdoer is actually the wrongdoer's insurance company's lawyer. So the jury only sees the person, not the insurance company unwilling to pay. So who's the bad guy? Me, for fighting to get my client the compensation they seek, or the insurance company refusing to pay for damages while paying someone else to fight their battles? I'm attorney Ralph Pillea. Call me. I, not someone else, will fight your battles. I can help.
Hey. Really? Hi, guys.
We like the gray. If now's the time you need something you can depend on, Nissan is here. With special savings on popular models, like the award-winning Rogue and Altima. Get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2020 Nissan Rogue, plus no payments for 90 days. You can depend on Nissan now.
Wednesday morning on Fox 51 Good Day, stopping the spread. A new at-home test could tell if you have the coronavirus. Why the creators say it could work in a half hour. That's tomorrow morning on Fox 51 Good Day.
Well, people are out buying all sorts of food and supplies for themselves, but don't forget to think about your pets, folks. Agriculture experts say treat your pets just like your family. If you buy quality dog food, you can feed them a little less, but if you can't afford the more expensive brands, just downsize. Above all, their message is to just remain calm.
We have got word from all of our distributors. There's no break in the food chain for pet animal supplies and stuff like that. All the feed mills and stuff are going to be up because agriculture is deemed essential, which is what most of us should have known the whole time. Everything depends on agriculture. So like I said, don't rush out and buy a ton of dog food. Your suppliers, your feed stores, your farm and ranch stores, they're going to have supplies for your pets and your livestock.
He added they are still open for their normal store hours from 7:30 to 5:30. They also, he says, take precautions every day and clean all surfaces daily. We do too over here. Well, in our second half hour, those testing kits we've been talking about, well, the results people are saying are taking longer than they expected. We tell you more. Plus, potentially closing on a deal. Listen up, Congress could be on the way to putting money in most Americans' pockets. And later, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says even though seniors are at a high risk, many don't want to sacrifice the country just to take care of them. What else was said by him when we come back? Don't go anywhere.
The Subaru Forester. Dog tested, dog approved.
Maintain the love of your new Subaru with 2 years of complimentary maintenance during the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
Steel Roofing. When storms hit, we hit back. Make your home ready for storms this season. With over 15 years experience, let Steel Roofing's emergency response team help you. From hail and high wind damage or new construction projects, Steel Roofing can repair and replace old or damaged roofs. Our damage experts are standing by to help you through the process. For your free inspection, call our trusted professionals today. Locally owned and operated, honest and transparent. Steel Roofing, treating every job like your family.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
Some attorneys like to talk tough on TV. At Mike Love & Associates, we do the work.
I know with some other people have told me that they can't even speak to their attorneys. When you come here, they always make me feel like they want to help me, that they're interested in myself as a person.
If you're up against the big insurance companies, you need more than tough talk. Call Mike Love & Associates. We can help.
Texas Forecast First is brought to you by PetersCars.com.
And welcome back, everyone. We're dealing with a clear sky overhead, and temperatures are starting to cool down. We have drier air moving back into the area. Temperatures dropping down to the 60s and then gradually into the mid and low 50s when we begin the day on Wednesday. We're tracking a lot more sunshine to come our way, but we have the potential of seeing some record-tying temperatures or record-setting temperatures all the way through Friday. The news News starts right now.
Coming up, President Trump addressing the nation as Congress inches closer to closing a deal on a massive stimulus package to put money in some of your pockets. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick sitting down with Tucker Carlson saying it's time for the country to get back to work. He also talks about senior citizens. Plus, potentially positive as Texans await the results of their COVID-19 tests. The answers, they say, are taking longer than they were told.
This is your only primetime news. You are watching Fox 51 News at 9.
Thank you very much for staying with us or joining us for our second half hour here on a Tuesday night for Fox 51 News at 9. I'm Trent Bennett. Thanks for stopping by. New this half hour, Congress says it's inching closer to passing a massive stimulus package, getting help to those impacted financially by COVID-19. We're also hearing from President Donald Trump and his task force about what they want to see happen in the coming days ahead. Ray Bogan has our story.
The White House economic advisor says the Phase 3 coronavirus package will be the single largest Main Street assistance program in history.
This legislation is urgently needed to bolster the economy, provide cash injections and liquidity and stabilize financial markets, but also to position us for what I think can be an economic rebound.
It's been a brutal slog trying to iron out the details, which include financial assistance for individuals in the form of $1,200 checks, small business loans, and expanded unemployment insurance.
Today, the American people are making sacrifices to keep themselves, but their families, and their communities safe.
People need a paycheck. They need to have burdens taken off them, their student loan payment deferred. There's so many good things in this bill. There's $2 trillion. It is very generous.
Just the possibility of a deal made the stock market soar. The Dow made its biggest point gain ever, over 2,100 points. Traders also like the news President Trump wants the country up and running again by Easter.
We can have large sections of the country open. I think it's very important that we start moving on that and start thinking about it because our country wants to be open. Our people want it to be open.
The White House is now asking anyone who's been in New York City and left to go to another state to self-quarantine for 14 days. They say there's a high chance you've been exposed and they don't want to risk spreading new cases. Ray Bogan, Fox News.
And here in Texas, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick saying it's time for the country to get back to work. And he says even though seniors are at high risk, many don't want to sacrifice the country just to take care of them. He joined Tucker Carlson last night on Fox News to comment further. Take a listen.
No one reached out to me and said, as a senior citizen, are you willing to take a chance on your survival in exchange for keeping the America that all America loves for your children and grandchildren? And if that's the exchange, I'm all in. What we all care about and what we love more than anything are those children. And I want to, live smart and see through this, but I don't want the whole country to be sacrificed. And that's what I see.
A note there, Patrick is set to turn 70 himself next week. A DPS employee is facing disciplinary action after allegedly lying about testing positive for the coronavirus. Now, the department's saying the person worked in the Carrollton driver's license office and told authorities that they had tested positive. Health authorities later found that the test was negative. The department says they are taking additional steps to making sure that this does not happen again. Folks trying to miss work. There are concerns of people waiting for their results of the coronavirus test, and many were told they know they'd have an answer in 3 to 4 days, but many results are taking a lot longer than that. Here's Bianca Castro.
It was miserable, stressful.
Vicki and Kevin Turner of Kaufman County are now in day 8 of quarantine. Vicki's coworker was diagnosed with COVID-19.
The week that she was at work, I was coughing and I was running a fever at one point.
So she went and got tested herself. The hospital told her her sample would be shipped to Utah and it would take up to 5 days to get results. So she called back 5 days later.
He went and asked his supervisor and came back and told me that test results could take up to 10 to 12 days.
When they told you it would take 10 to 12 days, were you surprised?
just because people in Dallas were getting results in 2 days.
Her story is one of several we've heard from North Texans about the lag in receiving their test results. As more testing becomes available through hospitals, clinics, and doctors' offices, more people than ever before are waiting for results. And how long you wait depends on who is doing the testing. Tarrant and Dallas County Public Health Labs do their own testing in-house and can get results the same day. The majority of samples that are collected at these drive-through tents and doctors' offices are being sent off to private labs. The big ones, Quest Diagnostics and LabCorp. Quest says its turnaround time is 4 to 5 days, but can vary due to high demand. And then on Monday, LabCorp maintained its turnaround is 3 to 4 days. Both labs report they are adding capacity and testing sites around the country, but neither acknowledged our question about a current backlog and longer than advertised wait times, which means people like Kevin and Vicky have no choice but to wait and hope for the best.
And that was Bianca Castro reporting. Well, Vicky got her test results back yesterday afternoon. It took her 8 days, but she learned her COVID-19 test was negative. We like that. East Texas students are stuck at home as remote learning now becomes the new norm for children across the state, but their teachers want them to know they're not alone, following what other districts have been doing. Today, you see them there. Teachers from Andy Woods Elementary went on a parade. The educators loaded up their cars and trucks and packed with encouraging signs. They're playing some music, and they made their way through the streets their students live on, making plenty of noise. You see them waving. The dozen teachers say they simply wanted to bring some cheer to those children from a safe distance. Now, to show us how South Texas students reacted to their teacher parade there, Natalie Martinez has more.
Instead of hitting the books, the Rio brothers spent Monday afternoon hitting a soccer ball.
We like sports and being outside, and it's better than just staring at your phone the whole time.
Like many kids, Eric and his younger brother Uriel are homebound after Del Valle Independent School District closed its doors because of the spread of COVID-19. Adjusting to a new schedule was a bit tricky for Uriel.
One day, like the first day, we had no school. I woke up early, like the same time to go to school.
While the kids adapt to an ever-changing health crisis, teachers have moved their classrooms online and are providing students with study materials in the meantime.
Now we're starting to study because we're getting our packets from school. So we're starting to do homework now over the break.
Districts across the state have set up meal distribution sites, breakfast and lunch, to make sure students don't go hungry. Del Valle ISD will consider reopening school on April 2nd, but 2 weeks at home to a 10-year-old can feel like a lifetime.
I really like my friends, bored. I miss my teachers.
To Uriel's surprise, in rolled his teachers. About a dozen hopped into their cars and formed a line, escorted by first responders, including Creedmoor Elementary staff, in an effort to cheer up their students, old and new.
Makes you feel nice, and it's how I remember them when I was in his school in elementary. Their school has always been very active in the community.
The parade through the Del Valle neighborhoods lasted about an hour. The teachers say they were happy to see their students too, even if it was just for a second.
Natalie Martinez reporting that good story for us. And as we've seen, schools and teachers are working around the clock to make sure students are getting the most out of the learning at home. Among those is Palestine High School. They're using newspaper racks to distribute learning packets to their students, and you can access those now. They look like that on your screen. Next week's packet will be available after 3 p.m. on Friday. And coming up next on Fox 51 News at 9, abortion rights advocates are objecting Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's new law set in place.
Abortion is a time-sensitive treatment, and it must be made available. It is absolutely essential.
Ken Paxton says all the state's medical supplies don't need to be used for that. They need to be used to fight the coronavirus. We have that next. And as COVID-19 spreads, it is elevating stress and anxiety levels for all. And we're here to help. We've got tips when we come back. Stay with us.
Keep up with the latest by liking Fox 51 on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Kristen Dow-Carver with Dowdaplex in Mineola. We have a huge selection of the 2020 Chevrolet Equinox LT with convenient package for just $22,495. Make the short drive to Dow and save thousands. At Dowdaplex, seeing green is saving green.
We are firing on all cylinders at RJ Trailers in Longview and racing past the competition. Cargo Mate, Pace, Text Line, Diamond C. Let us greenlight you a great deal. RJ Trailers Longview and online at rjtrailers.com.
Jeep is the longest lasting 4x4 SUV brand, which might seem like just another line from a car commercial.
It'll last forever.
But if you consider where our drivers spend their time, how high they climb, and how dirty they get, the whole long-lasting thing is something worth celebrating. Jeep Cherokee.
Get no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2020 Cherokee. Or Texas residents get $2,750 combined cash allowance, plus these additional offers on select 2020 Cherokee models in dealer stock.
Acme Air Conditioning and Heating is there for you no matter the season, with 0% APR for up to 72 months, or up to $3,500 in rebates on qualifying systems, serving Longview and surrounding areas.
Having more custom capability is a big deal at Tyler Ford. And we're not just talking about having more trucks to choose from on our lot, from lifts to body armor, tires, and toolboxes. We have the capability to create your unique custom truck, plus the capability to roll it all into your purchase, so it's covered under your factory warranty. For the best custom capability and the best deal, it's Tyler Ford.
Since 1949, ABC Home and Commercial Services is your partner for pest control. Termites can cause thousands of dollars of damage to your home in a matter of months. With ABC, your home and wallet are protected. At ABC, it's not just about what we do, it's about who we are.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has ordered all elective surgery to be postponed during the coronavirus crisis, including in the list of unnecessary elective procedures is abortion. Well, abortion rights advocates don't like that. Fox 51's Washington correspondent Anna Warnicki has our report.
Texas is immediately halting all elective surgeries, including abortions.
Abortion is a time-sensitive treatment, and it must be made available. It is absolutely essential.
Heidi Seek with Vote Pro-Choice says the Texas decision takes away women's constitutional rights. But Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says all of the state's medical supplies need to be used to fight the coronavirus, which means all non-life-saving surgeries can wait.
Telling people that they need to stay home and stay pregnant, that's unacceptable.
I never saw an abortion that needed to be done to save a mom's life.
Kansas Republican Congressman and obstetrician Dr. Roger Marshall says medical supplies needed for an abortion procedure are more urgently needed to fight the coronavirus.
So if we're doing surgeries, elective surgeries, we're tying up nurses, we're tying up doctors, and ICU beds as well, and potentially ventilators.
Paxton says any medical provider who doesn't comply with the statewide order will be fined or face jail time. Seek says politicians are using the coronavirus crisis to gain political points, but Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn says that's not the case.
This is not about abortion. Unfortunately, this ends up being the way that these things get debated around here. We can have all those debates later. We need to put out the fire now, and the fire is COVID-19 virus.
Ohio also ordered the suspension of abortion services. Both states say the order will remain in effect until the end of April. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki.
Now some good smelling news. Today we're talking about the amazing combo of chopped beef, cheese, and onions on a hoagie roll. It's National Cheesesteak Day. I was talking about cheesecake. I'm getting excited. We'll have both. The perfect day to dig into this Philadelphia tradition. You can celebrate by having a cheesesteak delivered or making one yourself if you can do such thing. Fun fact, though, 2 Philadelphia hot dog vendors are credited for the invention of the sandwich in the 1930s. Keep laughing. Keep laughing. He laughs at me.
He's ready for some dessert. He wasn't thinking about
during the commercial breaks, folks. I was saying I like cheesesteak, but I prefer cheesecake. What do you like better over there, Smiley?
You know what? I had a cheesesteak about a month and a half ago over in Leesville, Louisiana. Ooh, that was good.
Was that good?
Yes, and I hadn't had cheesesteak in a long time.
When was the last time you had a cheesecake, though, before you were making fun of me? Because those taste good, too.
Yeah, those are good. It's been a little while, to be honest with you. It's been a little while. But don't get me wrong, cheesecake is good, but cheesesteak, man, okay, just full disclosure here. I really enjoy what you get to put on the cheesesteak. That's what I'm really excited about.
Like the onions and all that?
Oh, yes. Some people are like, you're crazy. But yes, those. I think I've had like mushrooms on mine before, some jalapenos. Yes.
Well, we're seeing how the creation is made there on your screen. We're getting hungry. We got about 14 minutes left. Then we got to do KTK. But you got a final, or I guess another weather forecast for us. It's hot. I don't like it. I had to turn the AC on. Now my electricity bill is going to go up. It's going to stay that way, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you're getting used to that for the next few days. Now, over the weekend, you might be able to turn off that AC and maybe open up the windows and let some of that cooler air come in. That's when we'll be talking about some cooler temperatures to return. Outside now, skies are mainly clear. There is some precipitation well off to the northeast, heading toward parts of southern Arkansas. No impact for us here. We will just see a few passing clouds into tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the 60s now for most areas. We still have some 70s on the map, like Tyler Pounds, higher elevation, so that temperature is going to be a little bit warmer at 75 degrees, 72 in Lufkin. Nacogdoches, you're at 68. Cooler spots now, 61 in Athens, Linden, Mineola, Palestine, Marshall, and Henderson, all at 63. Hemphill, you're still pretty mild there at a temperature of 70. Let's look at the big picture on what's happening across the country. Really not a whole lot of cooler weather really starting to move in. Typical cool spots are seeing the colder temperatures, like Montana, Billings there at 32, 50 in Omaha, Denver also at 50 degrees. Looking down toward the southeast and parts of southeast Texas, 79 in San Antonio, Houston at a temperature of 76 degrees. We have drier air that's moving in thanks to the front that's come through. Our dew points have dropped down, especially over the central areas. But notice deep east Texas, Lufkin, you're at a dew point now of 68. We are going to get that drier air to continue to push down to the southeast into the overnight, so that means drier air is going to begin to be with us as we go throughout our day on Wednesday. Now by Thursday, the moisture does begin to return just a little bit as a southerly wind will begin to pick up. We'll look for a lot more Gulf moisture to be present on Friday. That means the return of clouds and also the chances for some showers late Friday into Saturday. Futurecast on temperatures for us. We start tomorrow morning in the 50s, but look at how much we warm up tomorrow afternoon into the mid-80s. Could get close to maybe a record-tying temperature in Tyler, but the warmest day looks to come in on our Thursday. Now, the big factor is going to be how much cloud cover that we see into the afternoon. We still expect a decent amount of sunshine, and temperatures should be going up into the mid and even the upper 80s, even warmer than what Futurecast shows. It even tries to paint a light shower possible. I just don't think we get a whole lot of moisture truly returning at that point to support a precipitation chance. Look at that temperature trend. Average high 69 degrees. We're making an argument for almost 20 degrees above average over the next 3 days. Very warm temperatures. Then we'll cool down as we get to the weekend, as we get a cold front to move in. Some showers on Saturday. They return again late Sunday, and going into Monday, we drop down into the 60s as we get into early next week. Quick look ahead to Thursday, though, with the potential of record temperatures coming our way. We're forecasting 89 in Tyler, Longview at 88, Lufkin 89 degrees on Thursday. If we can get that, that would come to tie a record for Tyler on Thursday. 89 set back in 1905. That record will be close Thursday for Longview and Lufkin. You can stay up to date with our weather with the East Texas Storm Team app and at easttexasmatters.com.
Thank you, sir. Coming up next here on Fox 51 News at 9. As COVID-19 spreads, it's elevating stress and anxiety levels for, I would say, all Americans. We're here to help. We have some tips for you when we come back. Stay with us.
It's Truck Month at All Star Ford, and there's no better place to score a home run of a deal on America's best-selling truck.
Drive America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150, and save over $15,000 off during Ford's Truck Month. Plus, get a lifetime warranty and 3-day hassle-free vehicle exchange program.
With 3 locations to serve you and over 400 vehicles in stock, It's clear why nobody beats the All-Star team. Check out our inventory at allstarford.com.
Nobody beats the All-Star team.
Have you found the home of your dreams? Congratulations. Need some extra cash for renovating of your current home? Let's get to work. Want to lower your current home payments? Rates are all-time lows. We can do it. My name is Ryan Surratt. I'm an independent mortgage broker and owner of the Texas Loan Company, and I will shop around numerous lenders to find you the best rates while providing you the best service. If that sounds of interest to you, call me on my cell phone at 903-480-8888 or go to my website at texasloco.com.
Hey. Really? Hi, guys.
We like the gray.
If now's the time you need something you can depend on, Nissan is here with special savings on popular models like the award-winning Rogue and Altima. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models, plus no payments for 90 days. You can depend on Nissan now.
My money should work as hard as I do. That's why I use my Freedom Unlimited card to buy heavier weights online. Got it. Go time. With Freedom Unlimited, you're always earning. I should purchase lighter weights.
Let's get down to business. The business of road trips, adventure, and reconnecting. Modernized comfort inns and suites have been refreshed because our business is you. Get the lowest price guaranteed on all Choice Hotels when you book direct to choicehotels.com.
Stay informed, stay connected, and stay local. This is Fox 51 News, the right news at the right time.
As COVID-19 spreads, the uncertainty of what's next to come has millions of people's lives on pause and elevating their stress and anxiety levels. Fox 51 Good Day anchor Isaac Ramirez spoke to a counselor on how you can help your family remain calm during this pandemic. Here's his story.
COVID-19 hasn't taken a physical toll on everyone, but it is jeopardizing many people's mental health who are stressing out over the unknown.
When we start thinking to ourselves that we need to stockpile and we need to, buy all the groceries that we can, that's when we know that we're stressed, when we're excessively worrying about something to the point where it's derailing our normal day-to-day activity.
Joseph Garcia, Clinical Services Director for the South Texas Health System Behavioral Hospital, says stress comes in many forms and some may not even realize it.
One of the silent things that is an indicator that shows us that we're increasingly stressed is constantly seeking reassurance.
Garcia says constantly refreshing your phones for new updates increases stress and anxiety levels.
Many of us start looking at numbers and start paying attention to mortality rate, but we often neglect the fact that throughout the spread, more than 80,000 individuals who have tested positive for the virus have shown minimal to no symptoms and have made a full recovery.
He shares some of the signs a person shows when they're stressed.
At sleep deprivation, excessive worry or guilt, panic. Our thoughts are going to fuel our emotions, and our emotions are going to fuel our behavior.
Garcia encourages those mentally affected by COVID-19 to keep themselves active and engage in positive conversations with loved ones.
Exercising, singing, dancing. A lot of us do it. Sometimes we do it behind closed doors in the shower, but if it makes you feel good, do it. Express yourself in various forms.
Garcia also recommends not looking up your symptoms online, as this can sometimes make things seem worse than what they actually are. It encourages you to seek your doctor instead. Isaac Ramirez, Fox 51 News.
And when we come back, Marcus has a final look at your forecast. It's sunny for now. Stay with us.
Watch Isaac Ramirez weekday mornings at 7 on Fox 51 Good Day.
Get more than ever before during Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event at Classic Toyota in Tyler. More selection, more savings, more opportunity for the deal of a lifetime. Hurry, get giant discounts on new 2020 Tacomas and new 2020 Tundras with $5,000 rebates, or 0% for 72 months is available. So log on at ClassicToyotaTyler.com. Then hurry to Classic Toyota on the South Loop in Tyler.
Hello neighbors, Chris Harry here for Academy Homes. If you're looking for a new home for your family, then you're looking for the best deal dollar per square foot. And I'm here to tell you, no one beats our price. Deals like this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, tape and texture walls, granite countertops, Energy Star package, $49 a square foot. Or this huge 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2 living areas for $39 a square foot. Hurry, the deals cool off when the temps do. Academy Homes, Tyler, Palestine.
With hundreds of new Nissans in stock, now is the best time to save thousands on a new Altima or Rogue from Patterson Nissan in Longview, home of the free lifetime warranty. How about the new 2020 Altima? Yours, just $335 a month. Thousands off a new Rogue, just $359 a month. And save thousands on a new Sentra, just $249 a month. And we make it simple. Just pick up your perfect car and schedule a test drive online today. Price, service, and selection. Patterson Nissan in Longview or online at longviewnissan.com.
A lot has changed overnight, but Buick and GMC's commitment to you remains the same. We understand you want to feel safe, so we're offering current owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services. Should you need a vehicle, we're offering 0% financing for up to 84 months with deferred payment options for 120 days. Plus, you may have the option to shop online and take delivery at home. Visit our websites for the help you need. Buick and GMC, we're here to help.
Now, current owners get 0 for 66 plus $3,500 total savings on the all-new 2020 Explorer. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
I'm rooting for Monday. It's colder then, right?
Yes, it does get a bit cooler then. Why don't you just enjoy the sunshine for a little bit? And it does come at a price of some warmer temperatures, but you know, that's okay. We'll be into the 80s for tomorrow afternoon. Thankfully, we're not dealing with any strong to severe storms. We get a break from the rain. We had a lot of rain here over the last few days. Near record temperatures for everyone coming on Thursday. Could touch near 90 in a few spots. Then we'll get some showers and cooler weather for the weekend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for staying up with us. Good night.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda CR-V. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.
The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard eyesight driver assist.
The line. Kids need you too much to mess this up.
What is it? Do you have feelings for me?
Council of Dads. New episodes every Thursday starting April 30th on NBC.
Your East Texas Forecast First is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts, attorneys at law.
It was great to have sunshine today in the area, and we have a lot more on tap for tomorrow. But tonight, skies are clear. You're probably noticing some drier air here in East Texas this evening. Temperatures now down into the 60s for most of us. Still holding near 70 over in Toledo Bend, and a little bit more moisture down to the southeast as well. So you could see some brief patchy fog as we start on your Wednesday. Here's the forecast, 9 a.m. 64 after starting in the 50s. Look at noon, already getting close to 80. The news starts right now.
Coming up tonight, COVID-19 case count is up for Smith County. The strong message from health officials as war against the virus continues.
Then more protective equipment for fighters on the front lines. Governor Abbott's promise to keep our medical workers safe.
And transportation still a need for those essential jobs. What workers are doing to keep themselves and others safe.
Local, experienced, trusted. This is KETK News at 10.
Hi, folks, and good evening. I'm Neil Barton.
And I'm Casey Kobiak. Thank you very much for joining us.
Top story tonight is this: the spread of the COVID-19 in our state tonight. Today, Governor Greg Abbott announcing that 715 Texans have tested positive. That is out of the 11,000 people that have been tested in the state. 11 deaths so far being reported.
With 21 confirmed cases in East Texas and 14 in Smith County, and 1 in every other county. That's Gregg, Van Zant, Morris, Cass, and Bowie. Hopkins County is the latest on that list. Russ County this evening added a second case. Here's tonight's report from across the country.
President Trump repeated his wish to have coronavirus restrictions lifted in a few weeks.
Thank you very much. I said earlier today that I hope we can do this by Easter. I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality.
But one of the nation's top doctors took a more cautious tone.
We need to know what the penetrance of infection is there. So we need to put a light on those dark spots that we don't know. We have to act policy-wise on data. And we're going to be getting more data.
And that data is grim in New York. The state's governor says the number of cases doubling every 3 days.
The apex is higher than we thought, and the apex is sooner than we thought. That is a bad combination of facts.
And while 400 ventilators arrived in New York City,
what am I going to do with 400 ventilators when I need 30,000?
other parts of the country also overwhelmed. A fairgrounds in Florida reportedly will serve as a temporary hospital, and hospitals say they are still low on protective equipment.
So you don't think about sort of your supplies or rationing, and if you need to be at the bedside, you're going to be at the bedside.
In Washington, lawmakers appear close to passing a massive economic stimulus package. And that caused a rally on Wall Street, one of the biggest in history. The Dow closed up more than 2,100 points. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
Smith County case count now up to 14. George Roberts from Net Health tells KTK News among the 4 newest cases include a travel-related case and 3 of community spread. He also said the cases they've seen so far have been largely older patients. When a patient cannot be connected to some sort of travel, that's when the case is deemed to be community spread.
How we watch that for that is basically we try to, well, our plan is each time there's a positive case, we get in contact with that person to try to determine who have they had close contact with in the last 14 days. So we can then follow up and talk to those people and try to put them on notice to make sure that they're watching for their fever and for their cough and shortness of breath, which are the symptoms of COVID-19.
He also has the same advice for East Texans. Stay home and practice social distancing. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. He said that's how germs are spread.
Today, Gregg County officials issued a voluntary shelter-at-home order. It's their latest move to try and slow the spread of the coronavirus in their community. KETK's Mai Owens tells us what this will mean for people living within the county.
Gregg County Judge Bill Stout and Longview Mayor Andy Mack announcing the decision to enact a voluntary shelter-in-place order.
This is a real threat to this community. It's a real threat to this state and this country. And we've all got to take personal responsibility to take care of our neighbors and ourselves at the same time.
Assuring the public essential businesses like grocery stores, healthcare facilities, and government services will remain open.
The majority of businesses will continue to run because we must have our economy continue to thrive.
The announcement focusing on the number of testing kits available. With only 1 positive case in Gregg County, officials are preparing in case that number grows.
We're working hard to ready the exhibit hall, parking lot, and the rodeo arena and Montauk Convention Center for drive-through testing facilities and to help overflow from hospitals as needed.
We are fighting an enemy we cannot see. We are in the process of trying to secure more testing and efforts to acquire additional personal protection equipment for our first responders.
The whole purpose is to flatten the curve, meaning in order to contain the virus, health measures have to be put in place, allowing healthcare systems to handle the number of cases coming in.
This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. We have got to pace ourselves and pace ourselves well.
Pointing to other areas in Texas like Dallas and Louisiana, where officials are seeing an increase in cases.
And have warned us to move faster than they did to try to have a fighting chance to save our residents and not completely crush our healthcare system.
Local leaders and doctors hoping this initiative will reduce the number of people who may be infected. Maya Owens, KETK News.
The order is in place until April 7th. Leaders say if more confirmed cases are found within the county, this voluntary shelter-at-home order will become mandatory.
Back here in East Texas, an employee at Train Technologies testing positive for the virus. That person is getting medical treatment and is at home recovering tonight. Now, according to a statement from the plant, other employees who work near the patient are also in self-quarantine, don't have symptoms so far. The Tyler plant has been closed for deep cleaning, and they add this: plants across the nation still open since their business is categorized as basically critical by the U.S. government.
Governor Abbott says Texas is loaded with personal protection equipment for healthcare workers and that 10,000 masks were sent out across the state just on Monday. KETK's Trent Bennett joins us now. And Trent, more than $80 million of supplies have been sent out across the state.
And Casey, they say that's just the start. The governor, he's spoken a lot, but he's activated what he calls a supply chain strike force. And although 10,000 masks, as you said, were sent out on Monday, he says there's a lot more on the way. Take a listen.
Altogether, next week, Texas should be getting more than 1 million masks per week.
Governor Abbott says we have plenty of masks in production. He says we have a lot of equipment, but we need more workers who are on the front lines of the fight against COVID-19.
As a result, we are enlisting every doctor, every nurse, every medical personnel that we can find. There may be some who are retired. There may be some who are still in nursing school who qualify under my executive order, expanding the scope of the nurses who can be involved in helping out in responding to COVID-19. There may be some who are from another state. You can come into the state of Texas.
And speaking of the state, he says that he's been laxed and very loose when other states are being strict on their statewide standards. He gave an example, like allowing you still to have takeout at your restaurants. He says he's afraid we're not taking this serious enough.
On my travel to this location today, I was surprised at how many vehicles I saw on the road. It's clear to me that we may not be achieving the level of compliance that is needed. That's why I've said before, I remain flexible in my statewide standard, and I look at data multiple times a day. I get advice from the medical profession multiple times a day, and we will continue to evaluate based upon all the data whether or not there needs to be heightened standard and stricter enforcement.
One thing that the governor did suggest is that you can help. If you have equipment like masks or alcohol or anything like that, you can donate those items to www.texas.gov, and we have that information for you on our website, easttexasmatters.com. Reporting live in the studio, Trent Bennett, KETK News.
And due to the rapid spread of COVID-19, several businesses shutting down, leaving a whole lot of people without a job, like millions, wondering how they're going to be making ends meet at all. If you've been laid off or forced to stay home because of the coronavirus, then you could be eligible for unemployment benefits. All you have to do is go to the state's website, look up unemployment. From there, you have to give them your Social Security number, state ID, and answer questions about your income. You'll have to check in every couple of weeks, but once you're approved, if you're approved, it usually takes about 3 to 6 weeks to get your money.
Team coverage now on another important issue. Even though the coronavirus has left many people at home, others with essential jobs are still relying on public transportation to get to work. As KETK's Frank Jefferson explains, the journey is a team effort for both drivers and riders.
I feel like Dad's computer's just turning off for the first time.
With the coronavirus spreading, many East Texans are staying inside like this. Others still need to go outside to get to work and to commute by way of public transit buses and ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft. Passengers should make sure they follow important hygiene guidelines.
Our public transportation system will continue to run because we need that's an essential business. But we will ask the same policies that we have been in place: spacing, no more than 10 people in an area, spacing 6 feet apart. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, all those things. But public transportation is an essential business.
Local transportation companies are doing what they can to make sure their riders are staying healthy and moving safely. The East Texas Council of Governments agrees. Workers from their service, Go Bus Transit, are cleaning each vehicle at least twice a day. They are following the 10-person limit as well as practicing social distancing. Go Bus Transportation is doing everything in their power to keep every passenger clean and safe. But what are their passengers doing for themselves?
First of all, wear gloves and also masks, and also it's very important to not touch other people or touch your face, and just have hand sanitizer and washing your hands frequently.
Lyft and Uber drivers are also being careful.
I want to make sure that not only they stay healthy, but we stay healthy as well.
Wiping down door handles, seat belts, and seats after each ride. These companies understand the best way to accommodate each customer is to keep them safe. Frank Jefferson, KETK News.
Go Bus routes have not been changed amid coronavirus precautions, but Tyler Transit has modified their schedules.
Now, here's something new that came out today. Governor Greg Abbott directing the Texas Department of State Services to let restaurants sell bulk retail products like this. It will let them provide Texans with another source of food outside of grocery stores and prepared from restaurants. These bulk food items would be available to buy through restaurants offering drive-through delivery, pickup, and curbside service. The bulk products come straight from supply chain distributors.
That's a good idea. Coming up after the break, expanding technology for East Texans, how one hospital is promoting social distancing but still prioritizing patients' health.
And the good thing is about, once again, our community is these patients get to see doctors that live here with them, not doctors that are far away from them.
We'll show you how it works next.
And later on tonight, testing delays still reported across Texas. Our results are taking longer than once expected.
It was a great day today as sunshine made its return, and we're on track to see more days like what we've had, but also near record temperatures. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
You're watching KETK News at 10 with Neil Barton, Casey Kobiak, meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, and sports director Mike Alzamora. Keep up with the latest by following KETK on Twitter. KETK Today.
We keep up the pace to keep you up to date.
Get the absolute latest local weather information to plan out your day.
Who says you need to be stiff in a suit?
KETK Today, weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Hey.
Really? Hi, guys.
We like the gray. If now's the time you need something you can depend on, Nissan is here. With special savings on popular models, like the award-winning Rogue and Altima. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models, plus no payments for 90 days. You can depend on Nissan now.
Since 1949, ABC Home and Commercial is your partner for pest control. Rodents are destructive and potentially hazardous. ABC has the solutions you need to make your house rodent-free. At ABC, it's not just about what we do, it's about who we are.
It's March Mattress Giveaway at Southside Furniture. We're giving away an American bedding by Corsicana Mattress every week in March. Visit EastTexasMatters.com and register for your chance to win. March Mattress Giveaway only at Southside Furniture, baby.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda CR-V. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.
See this wreck?
The person seeking payment for his injuries cannot mention by law that the person defending the wrongdoer is actually the wrongdoer's insurance company's lawyer. So the jury only sees the person, not the insurance company unwilling to pay. So who's the bad guy? Me, for fighting to get my client the compensation they seek, or the insurance company refusing to pay for damages while paying someone else to fight their battles? I'm attorney Ralph Pelea. Call me. I, not someone else, will fight your battles. I can help.
Isaac Ramirez, weekday mornings from 5 to 7 on KETK Today. You're watching KETK News at 10. Local, experienced, trusted.
Local hospital is making it a whole lot easier for East Texas to get medical care. It's an effort to allow them to continue practicing social distancing during the virus outbreak. KETK's Annalise Coble explains.
When did your symptoms start?
What is normally a few-hour process has been streamlined by Christus Health.
We have very quickly and drastically introduced this video visit option that allows patients to be able to see their doctor, see their physician, take care of their chronic conditions, take care of their acute conditions.
They showed us Tuesday with a mock video visit.
I want you to keep us updated if you develop any symptoms like a fever, a worsening cough, shortness of breath.
Now offering telemedicine to all of their established patients, like national apps before them, but with a local twist.
And the good thing is about, once again, our community is these patients get to see doctors that live here with them, not doctors that are far away from them.
This technology will make it where patients don't have to come to their local clinic. In fact,
now you can see a doctor in the comfort of your own home.
The mission of Christus Trinity Clinic is to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. And in this unique time when we're dealing with the coronavirus and everybody's scared, everybody doesn't know what to expect, and our community is trying to stay indoors and home as much as possible. So we at Christus Trinity Clinic are extending that healing ministry of Jesus Christ virtually.
Using an app, your phone, or a computer to keep patients safe from contracting the coronavirus or anything that may be easily caught in a waiting room. Annalise Coble, KETK News.
And Christus Health warns if somebody's experiencing life-threatening symptoms, please call 911 right then.